Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Langmaster Global. I'm Lucy. Do you ever feel like you know many words, but you still get stuck in a real conversation? Well, that is because we don't speak in single words. We actually speak in phrases. So today, we will learn 25 daily use English sentences. Let's start with phrase number 1. Back to square one. This means you have to start over from the very beginning. It is the same as saying starting again. Use it when a long project fails or a mistake happens and all your previous work is now useless. Say you are cooking a cake, but you burn it completely. Oh no, I burnt the cake. Now it's back to square one. This phrase captures that, oh well, moment when you accept a fresh start. It's a very honest way to admit that things didn't go as planned. Is something very easy? Say, a piece of cake. It means a task is very simple to finish. It is synonymous with very easy. Use it when you feel a task is much simpler than people think, or when you finish something without any effort. For example, your friend asks if your math homework was difficult. No, it was a piece of cake. I finished it in 5 minutes. This classic idiom makes you sound super confident and relaxed. It has a bright, positive vibe that can cheer up a conversation. Next is a great phrase for teamwork, on the same page. It means everyone agrees or understands the same idea. It is the same as thinking the same way. Imagine you and your coworkers are talking about a new project. I want to make sure we are all on the same page before we start. Use it to double-check that everyone has the same information before making a move. It signals that you value harmony and clear communication in a group. When an idea is perfect, say, "That's right on target." It means an answer or a suggestion is exactly correct. It is synonymous with perfect or accurate. Say your partner suggests a perfect place for your summer vacation. Hawaii? That idea is right on target. Let's book it. The metaphor of hitting the center of a target makes the praise feel very strong. It feels very decisive and gives the other person a big boost of confidence. Ready to finish something? Say, "Let's wrap it up." It means to finish a task, a meeting, or a conversation. It's a native way to say, "Let's finish now." For instance, you've been cleaning the house for 3 hours. "We're almost done. Let's wrap it up and go eat." It creates a sense of accomplishment at the end of a long day. It's also the most common way to end a business meeting politely. If you don't want to explain everything, say, "It's a long story." It means the explanation is complicated and takes too much time. Use it when someone asks about a personal change and you're not ready to share the drama. Say a friend asks why you moved to a new city suddenly. "Why did I move? Well, it's a long story. Maybe I'll tell you later." It creates a mysterious but gentle boundary in a conversation. This helps you stay comfortable without being rude to the person asking. You can also use a small shrug to show that the story is just too much to tell right now. When you want something to happen quickly, say sooner rather than later. It means it is better to do something now than to wait. It is synonymous with as soon as possible. Use it to set a deadline that feels urgent but still sounds very polite. For example, your boss asks when you will finish the report. "I'll get it done sooner rather than later, I promise." This sounds a bit more sophisticated than just saying soon. When you lose something that was easy to get, say easy come, easy go. It means you're not too upset about losing something. It's a way to say, "I don't mind losing it." Say you found $5, but then you lost it an hour later. "Well, I lost the $5. Easy come, easy go." It paints you as a very chill person who doesn't stress over small losses. It's a great way to stay positive when luck isn't on your side. Want to be flexible? Say, "Go with the flow." It means to accept a situation and not try to control it. Use it when a plan changes and you decide to stay happy instead of getting angry. Imagine your friends change the dinner plan at the last minute. "That's fine, I'll just go with the flow and meet you there." This makes you look very relaxed and easygoing in social groups. This phrase carries a very peaceful, stress-free energy. When you can't change a bad situation, say, "It is what it is." It means you accept a fact even if you don't like it. It's a way to say, I can't do anything about it. Use it when an annoying problem happens that is outside of your control. For instance, your flight is delayed because of the weather. The flight is late and I will miss the party. It is what it is. It's a very mature way to stop complaining and move on. It's a powerful period to any conversation about a bad situation. Another way to agree is, I'm with you on that. It means, I have the same opinion as you. Use it to show you support someone's complaint or a specific point they made. Say your friend says the new movie was a bit too long. I'm with you on that. It should have been shorter. This makes the other person feel heard and validated. This is a very warm and friendly way to build a connection. Using this phrase helps you sound like a very supportive friend. Want to speak directly? Say, let's get to the point. It means, let's talk about the most important thing now. It's a way to say, stop talking about other things. Use it when a meeting is too long or when someone is avoiding a difficult topic. Say you only have 5 minutes left for a discussion. We don't have much time, let's get to the point. This sounds very bold, decisive, and professional. Remember, always say this with a neutral face so you don't sound angry. Need a moment? Say, let me think about it. It means you're not ready to say yes or no yet. It's a polite way to ask for time. For example, a friend asks if you want to go hiking this Sunday. I might be busy, let me think about it and tell you tonight. This phrase protects your time and keeps you from making bad promises. It sounds very respectful to the person asking. It's the perfect safety phrase for people who find it hard to say no. Cannot decide yet? Say, I'm still on the fence. It means you're in the middle and haven't chosen a side. It is synonymous with, I'm undecided. Use it when you have two options that are both good and you need more time to pick. Say you are choosing between a blue dress and a red dress. They both look great, I'm still on the fence. It's a funny, visual way to describe being stuck in the middle. It invites others to help you decide by giving their opinions. Don't have a plan? Say, let's play it by ear. It means you will decide what to do as the situation happens. It is synonymous with, let's see. Use it when the weather or your energy level is uncertain, so you can't commit to a plan. For instance, a friend asks what you want to do after the movie. I'm not sure if I'll be tired, let's play it by ear. It removes the pressure of having a strict, boring schedule. This makes you sound very spontaneous and fun to be around. Similar to the last one, let's see how it goes. It means you want to wait for more results before making a final judgment. Say you just started a new diet today. Are you going to lose weight? I don't know, let's see how it goes. It's a very cautious and realistic way to manage expectations. Native speakers use this to avoid making big promises they can't keep. To encourage someone who failed, say you gave it your all. It is a way to say you did your best. Imagine your brother lost a race, but he ran very fast. Don't be sad, you gave it your all and I'm proud of you. It focuses on the heart and effort, which is very kind. This phrase can really heal someone's feelings after a failure. It's one of the most supportive things a person can say. Feeling overwhelmed? Say one step at a time. It means to do things slowly and focus on one small task. It is synonymous with take it slow. Use it when you have a mountain of work and don't know where to start. Say you are learning English and feel like it is too much. Don't worry about the whole language, just one step at a time. This sounds very wise and patient, like a good mentor. If you are very surprised or don't believe something, say, you've got to be joking. It means, I can't believe what you are saying. It is a native way to say, are you serious? Use it when you hear a piece of news that sounds too crazy or impossible to be true. For example, a shop sells a simple t-shirt for $500. $500? You've got to be joking. It sounds a bit shocked and funny in a conversation. When something unexpected happens, say, that took me by surprise. It means, I didn't see that coming. It is a polite way to say, I am surprised. Use it when you receive a sudden gift or some unexpected good news at work. Say your boss gives you a promotion on a Monday morning. Wow, thank you so much. That took me by surprise. This sounds very humble and sincerely happy. It's a very elegant way to react to a sudden change. Native speakers use this to show they are truly impressed by an action. To say thank you politely, say, "That's very kind of you." It means you are a very nice person for doing that. It is synonymous with thank you so much. Use it when a stranger or a friend does something sweet that they didn't have to do. Imagine a stranger helps you carry a heavy bag. Thank you for the help. That's very kind of you. It sounds very gentle and well-mannered. It makes the person who helped you feel truly special. When something is not important, say, "It's not a big deal." It means it's not important. Use it when someone is apologizing too much for a very small mistake. For example, your friend is 5 minutes late for coffee. "I'm so sorry I'm late." "Don't worry, it's not a big deal." It makes you sound very forgiving and easy to talk to. It tells the other person that your relationship is more important than the mistake. When something bad happens and you accept it, say, "That's just how life goes." It means life is not always perfect and that is normal. It is synonymous with "that's life." Use it when things go wrong but you want to stay positive and move on. Say you wanted to go out, but it started raining. "Oh well, we can't go. That's just how life goes." It sounds very peaceful and carries a bit of hidden wisdom. This is a great phrase for maintaining a steady, happy mood. Final offer, say, "Take it or leave it." It means this is my only offer and I will not change it. It is a way to say yes or no. Use it in a serious negotiation where you have reached your final limit. $50 is my final price. Take it or leave it. It sounds very firm, strong, and a little bit tough. This is a bold phrase, so use it only when you are truly serious. And we have keep in touch. It means to maintain contact with someone after you part ways. It is a native way to say, "Don't forget me." Use it when saying goodbye to a friend or a colleague you won't see for a while. Imagine you are moving to a new city and saying bye to your neighbor. "It was great living next to you. Keep in touch." It sounds very warm and sincere. It leaves the door open for a future friendship. This is the perfect way to end a goodbye on a happy, positive note. Thank you so much for watching our video today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more useful lessons. I'm Lucy from Langmaster Global. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.